What's up, party people? Welcome back. Lesson 2. We're now identifying multiples. Now, there's a big difference, and I think that a lot of the confusion will come in where you're trying to identify factors and identifying multiples. There are two big differences. Today, we're going to identify multiples. We're going to multiply factors together, and we're going to get multiples. I know there's a lot of the same words, and it might be confusing you, so the best thing that we can do is get to some examples. Last class, we were trying to find out what factors or what methods we could try and find out what the factors of, say, the number 12 would be. Okay, so 12 we found out through a method of using a factor tree is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And we found out that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 are factors of the number 12. So through this rainbow, we're able to find out the factors. Now that's very important. We are finding out factors. This lesson, we need to know multiples. So let's do that now. Now, let's use the example of finding the multiples of the number, let's say, start off with 4. Now, to find out the multiples of 4, we're going to find out what numbers we can multiply by the number 4 and get to. And whatever the product is, those are the different multiples. Let me say that again. Whatever we can multiply the number 4 by would be a multiple of 4. The easiest way to start this is to start off with the number 1. So if we went 1 times 4, it is equal to 4. The next number would be 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 3, 4, 5. Let's just keep going. Times 4 times 4 times 4 is equal to what? 12, 16, and 20. And you can keep going on and on and on. Now, this is where your understanding of multiplication, the multiplication table, is pretty important. If you are not as strong as you'd like to be in multiplication or your multiplication tables, I suggest that you have a table out in front of you or even using a calculator. That would be your best bet. Because I don't want to see if you understand what the multiplication table is at this point right now for this lesson. I want to know if you can understand what multiples are and how they're different from factors. So let me say this question right now. Can you tell me all the different multiples of 4 between 1 and 30? Can you tell me how many multiples there would be? Pause this now and try and figure that out. All right. So these are all the different multiples of 4 between 1 and 30. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 multiples of 4 between the numbers 1 and 30. Now here's another question for you. Can you tell me the first 5 multiples of the number 11? Try that now. Go ahead and press pause now if you need to. Okay, were you able to come up with 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55? If so, you're correct. And the easiest way to always do multiples is start off with the number 1. Remember, multiples are trying to find out what the product is of the number you're multiplying by. So if I'm trying to find the multiples of 11, we have to multiply this by another number. And we're going to do that by multiplying, easiest way, start off with 1, then 2, 3, 4, then 5. The first 5 multiples of 11 are 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55. All right, if you have any questions about multiples, my suggestion is take a step back, take a look at the differences between factors and multiples, and that will help you distinguish the difference between both, and you'll find out which method to use. That is my greatest suggestion because multiples are just your times tables and just knowing what the product would be. Whereas factors have a little more to it and they're so linked together that you have to know what the difference between factors and multiples are. If you have any questions, feel free to come see me in class before school or after school. And if you have any questions, you can also bring them in class. See you soon. Happy mathing. Bye.